Hey everybody, it's Norman Douglas with the Kansas Bankruptcy Center. It's July 5th, so yesterday was July 4th. I hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday. Today we're going to talk a little bit about bankruptcy and the idea of bankruptcy. I get a lot of questions and I get a lot of folks who, think that it's a bad thing, think that, I was taught and I was told to always pay my bills, and that's true. But that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. So go to my website, www.kansasbankruptcycenter.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Kansas Bankruptcy Center. Give us a call, 316-448-1028. And we can, or I will actually, have a free consultation for you. We can talk about what's going on and whether bankruptcy is right or whether it's not right. So back to this idea of bankruptcy, okay? Most people want to pay their bills. Most people want to pay back the debt that they have created. Sometimes that debt is created through no fault of their own, whether it is a medical emergency, whether it is divorce, whether it is, any number of circumstances, job layoffs, job losses. And so that debt builds, and then when they become, or their situation gets better, it's just overwhelming and there's no way that they can get it paid off. In this country, the bankruptcy law allows you to file, right? It allows you to get that relief so you can have a fresh start, so you can start over and not be burdened by debt that you're never going to get to pay off or never going to have the opportunity because of, income or whatnot that you just can't pay it back. Outrageous interest rates of, 20, 30%, late fees, everything goes into it, right? And so it just keeps building and building and building until you're at a point where there's just absolutely no way you can get it paid. Companies will garnish you, they'll sue you, they'll take 25% of your check. Once they get to the garnishment point, there's really kind of no going back. By law, in Kansas anyway, they can get 25% of that check. Sometimes more if it's child support, it just kind of depends. But the point of today is that companies file bankruptcies all the time. Right? We hear about them on the news all over the place. Sears is recent, Toys R Us is recent. In the past, Chrysler, General Motors, American Airlines, MCI, I believe, Remington Outdoor, Payless Shoe Source. Companies file bankruptcies all the time. And if you ask your neighbors, hey, this company's filed bankruptcy, typically it's at least the responses I've gotten and just kind of asking around is, they'll recover, they'll do whatever. When it's your neighbor who files a bankruptcy, the attitude or the perception anyway is, oh, that's a horrible thing, that's a terrible thing, I can't believe that they would do that. So I don't understand how companies get off they get a pass basically when your neighbors don't. I would argue that your neighbor's probably the one that needs it more than Toys R Us, or needs it more than Kmart, or needs it more than Sears, needs it more than Apple. I believe Apple filed bankruptcy back when. So, think about that. Your neighbor is shopping where you shop. They have bills like you have. They've gone through a divorce, a job loss, a medical condition, whatever they've gone through, and now they have these, this unbearable debt that they can't get rid of. Bankruptcy is an opportunity for that fresh start, for them to start again, and hopefully lead a path to a better life instead of paying 30% interest. So that, kind of puts it in perspective where the companies seem to get a pass, but yet your neighbor doesn't. And I don't think that's necessarily right. So think about that. That's kind of the point today is your neighbor probably needs more relief than Sears, than Toys R Us, whomever it may be. Not to call out those specific companies, but they filed, and so here we are. So again, give me a call. Maybe bankruptcy is not for you, maybe it is, but give me a call so we can do a free consultation. It's a free 30-minute consultation. We'll go through everything. I'll give you some options, and maybe bankruptcy is right, maybe it's not, but we'll go through it, and you get to talk to me. So what could be bad about that? go to our website, kansasbankruptcycenter.com. Of course, you can also find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. You can kind of find us all over the place. Give us a call, 316-448-1028. And I think that's it for July 5th. I'll be out. I'll be making more videos. So watch. You know, you can like and subscribe, of course. It's free information. And we'll kind of get into the weeds and dive deep on some bankruptcy topics in the coming weeks. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. And again, I hope you had a safe and fun-filled July 4th. Have a good night. Bye.